doing it, ain't I? Fucking hell. Forgot that Manchester are the most impatient bunch of cunts in the whole fucking country.
Fucking get over here, you cunt!
Alright, I'm just checking out the people behind me, because they're not... Oh, size of that fucking beard. You've got to worry if that's looming around behind you.
Don't worry, you've got a nice ass.
No, it's the bloke who shaved it off especially for tonight who's hiding something. Hello everyone, welcome back. Now I know a lot of you will have come and seen me 5 years ago at the Fab Cafe when I said a tearful farewell and said I was packing in gigging, but obviously I didn't realise the money was only going to last 18 months, then I'd have to go back to painting and decorating, which is fucking rubbish. So here we are. Obviously, when I was touring before, it's just me on my own in my Ford Fiesta, and it got lonely. It got so lonely. I mean, little cunt did his best. But once I wore an hole in him, it just got bigger and bigger. And so when I decided to come back, I thought, you know what, have a bit of company, it'd be better. So it's no longer a lonely wank in the travel lodge. It's more of an awkward one. It's about the old days of touring on my own. It's called Lonely Wank in a Travel Lodge. In a travel lodge, a lonely wank in a travel lodge, a lonely wank in a travel lodge, a lonely wank in a travel lodge. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. I start to think of all the lonely salesmen who wanked here before me. They didn't want to pay 10 quid for Wi-Fi, so they just use their 3G. When I'm finished, I'll fill up the tiny little kettle and I'll make a cup of tea. The batteries are held in with electrical tape on the remote for the TV. Sometimes I'll do it in front of the mirror just to feel like there's someone else there. But all I'll see is my crying self waking back at me in despair. The pretty girls have all gone home with all the handsome boys. I just spent 10 quid in the vending machine on a bag of steak McCoys. Now some juice from my nuts off this lodge via the medium of a lonely wank in a travel lodge. 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 Na 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 na. Oi! Thanks very much. Now about 6 years ago, I think it was, the country became divided along the lines of people that didn't want anyone else over here and people that weren't cunts. And I know, like, you know, however you voted, obviously, you know, that's up to you. I myself voted leave. I thought it meant leave things as they are. Although I was worried about the influx of foreign minge coming into the country and spoiling the gene line of the British minge. It was getting darker, it was getting bolder. And so I wrote this song, and this is called That's Why I Voted Brexit. Did you know in China that a lady's vagina goes from side to side, not back to front? And did you know in Jamaica, ladies have a cloaca that means a bum and fanny all in one? And did you know in Paraguay, they stretch girls' furry pie and insert a big ceramic cup? And did you know in Senegal, birds have got no queer at all? They cut their clip box off and sew it up. The thing I really fear is what if they come over here, all them foreign fannies in our own backyard. I'm gonna go in my garage with a picture of Nigel Farage and make myself a Union Jack placard. Cause that's why I voted Brexit, don't think me unhinged. That's why I voted Brexit, to save the British minge. That's why I voted Brexit, my message is succinct. Don't let the great British minge become extinct. Don't let the great British minge become extinct. God save our gracious minge, long live our noble minge. Nigel, help us save the British minge. Send it victorious, hairy and glorious. Nigel, help us save the British minge. No one's seen a lady's labia because they have to do their business in the dark. And in Papua New Guinea, did you know a lady's meanie has got a set of teeth just like a shark? And did you know that in Iraq, a lady's crack emits a bit of discharge like crude oil? And did you know in Bulgaria, ladies' fannies are hairier than anywhere in the world except Susan Boyle? The main parties don't go far enough to protect the British muff. The only way to stop it is to vote. We've got to take back control of the UK's flaps and hull, or we'll end up with Merkel's merkin on our £5 note. So, that's why I voted Brexit, don't think me unhinged. That's why I voted Brexit, to save the British minge. That's why I voted Brexit, my message is succinct. Don't let the great British minge become extinct. Don't let the great British minge become extinct. That's why I voted Brexit, I'm gonna put it bluntly. That's why I voted Brexit, we're not a multicultural country. That's why I voted Brexit, come on join the hunt. You gotta love Nigel Farage cause he's a proper British cunt.
Yay! Yay!
Thanks very much. Now something that's, don't worry, you'll get all them. Now, something that's happened in the 5 years I was away from gigging, something that surprised me was, when I played last time, 5 years ago, I would say there was maybe 25% of the audience had beards. Nowadays, I mean, him alone accounts for 10%. Look at the fucking density on that, fuck's sake.
Look at your fucking bases.
There's another 5% in the band right there and there. Fucking hell.
Why do you think I got rid of mine?
Because you're a fucking pedo. 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 What
You're
have you
the
got
only
me
bloke
for
in here, men
Christmas?
without beards, what are they hiding? So obviously, like, the beards, shut up, Dave, fuck's sake, let me just get on with it, otherwise we're going to be all night. There's a club on at fucking 11:15, you cunt. So, like, it starts off being helpful, and very quickly becomes a hindrance. So, what I'm saying is the percentage of beards, it's increased. It has increased in that 5 years. But what I've noticed is, and I had a quick little Google online earlier on, and I noticed that instances of child abuse in Manchester, and this is going to surprise you, have stayed the same. They haven't increased in line with the beards. Instances of rape and women going missing, stayed the same. They haven't gone up. It's all stayed the same. And do you know why that is? It's because a lot of the beards in here tonight, they're fashion beards. And they know nothing about the culture of beardism or what it means to have a beard. Some of these fucking cunts with a beard in here tonight, they've never murdered a prostitute. They're not driving around with dismembered limbs in the back of their escort estate. They don't know what it means to have a beard. This bloke here, he's not even fiddled with his nephew. And this is a song about the good old days of beards when you knew you could trust who not to trust. And this is called Men with Beards. What are they hiding? Men with beards, what are they hiding? Could I handle the truth if they chose me to confide in? Or would my dead body be found down a railway siding where I've been murdered by a man with a beard? By this man and his beard. You can't work out what they're thinking in their face because they got hair growing all over the place. You can't tell what they're up to, maybe it's best not to know. Perhaps they're full of hair up here, they got none down below. So they put porno mags in the bushes in the woods. They interfere with kids and make them say thank you afterwards. They hang around in parks, wait till after dark, jump out of the bushes and then buck you for a laugh. Men with beards, what are they concealing? That facial fuzz gives me an uneasy feeling, like they'd hide my dismember corpse up in the ceiling where I've been butchered by a man with a beard. Butchered by a hoodie in his new beard. Still no haystacks. They're all hiding something, and that's an actual fact. Whispering Bob Harris, why was his voice so soft? And he murdered a prostitute up in his loft. Like me to Sutcliffe, the Yorkshire Ripper. He avoided the use of a razor or clipper. They've all got a secret, could be anything, but they're probably part of a paedophile ring. Men with beards, what are they obscuring? They all seem so confident and so assuring. But to some wasteground you they will be luring, where you'll be bludgeoned by a man with a beard. Bludgeoned by a man with a beard. A recent phenomenon that I find weird is the peculiar anomaly of the fashion beard. In adverts, bearded men are considered normal and cool. They're no longer just curb crawling outside a school. But now I can't tell a rapist from some guy who is hip. Which one is Mick from This Is England and which is Scrooby as Pip? Wearing a pair of sandals and an ethnic hat. And is he a Muslim extremist or a Hoxton twat? Men with beards, what are they secreting? Would they invite you into a clandestine meeting and then drug your drink or the food you were eating until you wake up to find what you feared? You're being robbed by a man with a beard, bummed off by men with beards. Thanks very much. Now that song was slightly sinister. Now this next song is slightly sexy.
Hey!
And the only reason I'm warning you is because we've done 2 gigs so far on this little tour, and the ladies in the crowd have found this song a little bit sexy, and I'm worried what with Omicron and that is if the ladies get too sexy, they get a bit moist and get a wide on, and then the moisture goes out into the crowd. It just out into the crowd. There's not many masks in it tonight, so it's going out into the crowd, and it's getting caught in all them beards. All the little particles getting caught in all them beards, and then when they're sucking off a little boy, gets transferred onto the kids' cocks, and then they take it into the schools. So that's why the schools are full of COVID. I'm guilty because my songs are too sexy. I don't blame the bearded men, they're just going about their normal business, it's not their fault. And this sexy song is called Wank Fantasy. Younger than my wife, and you pay me attention, which I found quite nice. I've imagined you sucking me off in my car in the cold light of day. I suppose it won't go that far, cause you know what you are. You're just a wank fantasy, a wank fantasy, something I thought of to arouse me. I'm sorry when you knocked, I was playing with my cock in the middle of a wank fantasy, in the middle of a wank fantasy. You're the mother of my best friend. You're still quite attractive, I'll give you 6 out of 10. What if one day my mate is out when I knock, and while his daddy's at work you end up sucking my cock? And I won't tell you to stop, because I like it a lot. It's just a wank fantasy, a wank fantasy, something I thought of to arouse me. I'm sorry when you called, I was playing with my balls in the middle of a wank fantasy. In the middle of a wank fantasy. Wank fantasy. You're that bird that works at the gym. You've got big knockers but you're still quite slim. You walked in on me changing in the cubicles, but when I pulled down your pants, you had a cock and balls. It didn't matter at all. It's just a wank fantasy, a wank fantasy, something I thought of accidentally. I'm sorry when you emailed, I was not sleeping a she-male in the middle of a wank fantasy. The transfer to the middle of a wank fantasy, to gender fluid, the middle of a wank fantasy. Who cares? It's just a wank fantasy. Thanks very much. Now, I don't want to bring the mood down too much after that sexy song, but there's some terrible things happening in society, and a lot of them are to do with exploiting people's hopes and dreams. And this happened in football clubs in Scotland especially, you know, Bill, don't you? And it happened in cub packs. And people had dreams of being the sixer. You just got to pop in the fucking sleeping bag with Shere Khan. And it happened to my mate Roy. I wanted sixer. Why couldn't it have been me? But it's terrible, isn't it? Fucking horrible, horrible people exploiting young people's hopes and dreams just for their own benefit. And this is a song sort of about that, and this is called Use My Arsehole as a Cunt. I wanted a record deal, but I was too rude. I tried approaching companies, but they did not approve. Till I met this one guy, a corrupt A&R man. He said, "Cunt, I will sign you, but you have to understand. I want to utilise your bum as somewhere I can put my fingers and my hands, my toes and then my foot, my penis and testes, my tongue and then my head. I mould it over carefully, and this is what I said. I said to him, Gordon, just this once, use my arsehole as a cunt. Use my arse, use my arse, use my arsehole, use my arse. I've sold my soul. I started feeling itchy around my bumhole. I started to feel remorseful about my underneath. I realised he'd used my bum without using a sheet. So I went to the doctors because my bum was sore. I needed my bum sorting out because the Kunts was due on tour. The doctor took a look at it, he said,
"It looks quite raw, it appears itchy and flaky, but I just can't be sure. I think I'll have to probe your bottom myself if I'm to find the cure."
Man, go on then, just this once, use my arsehole as a cunt. Use my arse, use my arse, use my arsehole, use my arse. Go on then, just this once, use my arsehole as a cunt. Use my arse, use my arse, use my arsehole, use my arse. Come on, penetrate me, make me feel like Stephen gave me. But not lately, but don't push it in too deep, or you'll end up with my shit around your grim. Go on then, just this once, use my arsehole as a cunt. Use my arse, use my arse, use my arsehole, use my arse. Go on then, just this once, use my arsehole as a cunt. Use my arse, use my arse, use my arsehole, use my arsehole.
As a cunt!
Right, bear with us a minute. Just, it really needs a shitty. Just.
He's going for a shit.
Yeah, all the semen from earlier. All the semen's worked this way through.
Come on, cunts! Hey!
That's what happens in rehearsals. If I shut up for 1 minute, they go into a funky jam, the bunch of cunts. So this next one now, obviously, we had a bit of a scare, didn't we? Earlier in the year, you know, apart from all the rubbish coronavirus stuff, we had another scare. 400 people had a scare all through the 60s and 70s.
Cum was coming back.
There was a bit of a scare earlier in the year because we thought we were going to lose our queen, didn't we? We thought, oh, she's having a fall. Always happens that your granddad has a fall. Next thing, he's in hospital and he never fucking comes out. And we all thought, and some of us hoped because they had a song ready, but the rest of us all thought and prayed and hoped that she was going to pull through, and she's pulled through. She's made Christmas, thank goodness. And hopefully she'll carry on long after her Platinum Jubilee next year, because I've got another song planned for then. But, you know, fingers crossed. But this is a song all about the essence of the Queen. And when I mean the essence of the Queen, I'm on about the place that Prince Andrew, Prince Charles, Princess Anne, and the other one all sprung from. And this is called The Queen's Cunt. Gynecologist to the royals. He's had to sign the official secrets act for the fannies over which he toils. You see his fondle Fergie's fuck flaps and his fisted Princess Di. He's in Middleton's muff and Markle's minge and Camilla Parker Bowles' brown eye. But there's one vagina that tops the list. It's the pride of Alan CV. It's 90 years old, it's got great pubes, trimmed as neat can be. The Queen's Cunt. The Queen's cunt is the poshest minge in Britain, I say that without a doubt. The Queen's cunt,
God save it, God save the
Queen's cunt.
God save it, God save the Queen's cunt.
You have to suck a peppermint if you are going to lick it out.
God save it, God save the Queen's cunt. God save it, God save the Queen's cunt. God save it, God save the Queen's cunt. God save it, God save the Queen's cunt.
If one's going to drink from the furry cup, one has to hold one's pinky up. A raw box must be the jewel in the crown of Alan Farthing's repertoire. It's got a crest with a lion and a unicorn on that reads Julie Mondoir.
Bonjour, Madame
She's got grade 2 listed piss flaps and a preserving order on her clip. There's a pair of beefeaters standing guard at the entrance to her slip. The Queen's crim's too posh to have a cock inserted, so one of her servants supplied some silken gloves to hold her fuck flaps apart, while a butler Wank Philip inside. Since he retired from pubic duty, the Duke of Edinburgh's got blue balls. Blue balls! These days the only thing allowed up the Queen's cunt is a dildo made of jewels. The Queen's cunt. The Queen's cunt. It's not the kind of cunt that you might see when you are drunk. The Queen's cunt.
God save it, God save the
Queen's cunt.
God save it, God save the Queen's cunt.
It's not the kind of cunt where you or I would get to spunk.
God save it, God save the Queen's cunt. God save it, God save the Queen's cunt. God save it, God save the Queen's cunt. God save it, God save the Queen's cunt.
Thank you very much. Thanks very much. So, going from someone's nan who nearly died to someone's granddad who died several years ago. It's a song about a phrase that my old granddad used to say to me when I was a kid. Some of you might know it, it might be new to some of you. But my old granddad, he used to pick me up, put me on his knee,
Fuck sakes!
give me a Werther's. And he told me about this word to use when anything goes wrong. And I have to say, in the last 18 months with the whole fucking coronavirus hullabaloo, there have been more than a few fucksticks moments. And if I may be so bold as to say so, quite a few mother's cunts as well.
Yay!
And this song is called Fucksticks.
Hey!
He used when things went wrong. To introduce this word to you, I put it in a song. So every time this word gets used, his memory lives on. I'm about to tell you what it is so you can sing along.
Busted!
And wouldn't let him touch a furry pie.
Busted!
When he got some shrapnel lodged in his chap's eye.
Busted!
When a German sniper shot him in the cock.
Busted!
When he found a lump on his left bollock.
Busted!
He then died and she left him all alone.
Busted!
When he let a bogus corner in his own.
Busted!
When the first black people moved into his street.
Busted!
When arthritis meant he couldn't beat his meat. Fuck sticks, mother's cunt. Fuck sticks. Now I know you can do better on them fuck sticks than you've just done. Don't make me single anyone out. So every time I hear the word, I start to reminisce. I suddenly taste Werther's and get a faint whiff of piss. So when someone annoys me, or things get on my pip, I think of the mouldy racist old cunt and really let it rip.
Busted!
I miss an open goal in five-a-side.
Busted!
When I lost my idols after Nana died.
Busted!
When the teachers told me that I was no good.
Bastards!
The old Bill called me wanking in the wood.
Bastards!
When that bird you like turns out to be a nutter.
Bastards!
When your punk hero advertises butter.
Bastards!
When Michael Eavis didn't want to hire us.
Bastards!
When a glory hole gave me coronavirus. Fuck sticks,
Marvellous cunt! Marvellous cunt! Marvellous cunt!
fuck sticks,
Marvellous cunt! Marvellous cunt! Marvellous cunt!
fuck sticks,
Marvellous cunt! Marvellous cunt! Marvellous cunt!
fuck sticks,
Marvellous cunt! Marvellous cunt!
fuck sticks. When pursuing homes destroy my garden fence. And failed to offer any recompense. When Great Britain is in lockdown or worse. When your mother shares a post from Britain's first. When you feel the country's heading somewhere sinister. Cause somehow Boris Johnson is Prime Minister. When the world's so fucked you don't know what to say. If you say fuck sticks, fuck sticks, fuck sticks, it makes everything okay. Fuck sticks, mother's cunt. Fuck sticks. Thank you very much. Sterling work. Now, when I was putting together the album of punk songs, I tried to pick some songs from our back catalogue that dealt with the issues that punk sort of dealt with back in the day, get back to the kind of root of things. And one of the issues that I noticed as a running theme through punk songs from the late 70s was injustice. And I had a song all about injustice. Because it's the worst fucking thing, injustice, isn't it? And there was a piece of injustice happened in West London, and it happened to a special needs man with a beard, admittedly. He had a bit of a rap sheet, admittedly, but he was picked on by the BBC and the police, and he got convicted for the murder of a well-known TV presenter. And ultimately, I truly believe Barry didn't do it. Barry George was locked up because the judge and jury cocked up. He was obsessed with Princess Di. Told you that no similar hairdo caught his eye. They couldn't find the bloke who made Dando dead, so they went round and fingered old Barry instead. Cause he had footage of her on a VHS tape and a previous conviction for attempted rape. But Barry didn't do it, Barry didn't do it, Barry didn't kill Jill Dando. He was just hiding out in the bushes, dressed up like a commando. Come on! George was fitted up because of some ladies he titted up. He never murdered anyone because he only had a replica gun. They found a speck of gunpowder in his pocket, but that could have come from a firework or rocket. Now in a retrial he's been released. His cousin Freddie Mercury would be pleased if he was alive, or really his cousin. But Barry didn't do it, Barry didn't do it, Barry didn't kill Jill Dando. He was just hiding out in the bushes, dressed up like a commando. Come on! Barry! Didn't do it! Barry! George! His cousin was the singer, and Queen were his mates. He jumped over 6 buses on roller skates. He's been banged up for years, but now he's free to pursue his interest in replica firearms and celebrities. But Barry didn't do it, Barry didn't do it, Barry didn't kill Jill Dando. He was just hiding out in the bushes, dressed up like a commando. No, Barry didn't do it, Barry didn't do it, Barry didn't kill Jill Dando. He was just hiding out in the bushes with his knob in his hand, though. Now, I had a little bit of a problem on this tour because I left it till the night before the tour to try and find a certain prop that I used for this song, and I couldn't find it anywhere. I definitely had it in the summer, but I suspect at Beermageddon someone stole my cock pants. So I've had to use my stand-in. It's not that impressive, is it?
That's quite good, actually.
But listen,
That's bigger than that.
it's smaller, so you just have to move closer to it.
No, that's quite big, that. That's quite big.
You've seen a few of these this week, haven't you? What we've been on fucking honeymoon with him. Actual size. So, this is, and the smells of sheep shit as well. So this one I'm going to do for you now is a song. It's actually quite a sad song. It's had a jocular introduction, but it's actually quite a sad song, and it's right up there with I Can't Live If Living Is Without You. It's up there with Bright Eyes. And this is called Wanking Over a Pornographic Polaroid. I have an ex-girlfriend who died. I was up the loft, I came across a box, which when I opened up stirred mixed emotions in my cock. It felt a little hard, but it felt a little soft. The next thing that I know, I'm feeling sexy up the loft. So I unzip my fly, I pop out my Jap's eye. I have a little wank and I have a little cry. I'm wanking over a pornographic Polaroid of an ex-girlfriend who died. Miss a rubber, Johnny.
You tell me about that photo, it might help you get over it.
Alright, rubber Johnny, I'll give it a go. The pic was very lewd, she was completely in the nude. She's pulling it apart and she's doing something rude. She's got a hairy crutch, I miss her very much. So I take out my chap and I have a little touch. I'm wanking over a pornographic Polaroid of an ex-girlfriend who died. I'm wanking over a pornographic Polaroid of an ex-girlfriend who died. What she would have wanted. I'm feeling mixed emotions in my mind and in my knob. Thanks very much. I'll let you in a little secret. It's a novelty bath plug. Little glimpse inside the wizard's sleeve there. It's inside it. So this next one I'm going to do for you, next one we're going to do for you, is it's that one. Now obviously, there's lots of myths surrounding Christmas, you know. The old three wise men, weren't there, with their gold, Frankenstein and myrrh, and all the other things, you know, fucking star in the sky and little baby with a beard in a manger. And these myths carried on right the way through Jesus' life. That fucking one about where he just broke the fish up into little bits and his mate saw him walk through a puddle and all them. And they've gone down in history. But one thing that they got wrong was the ending. So I'm here to put history straight, and this is called Jesus Died of a Strangle Wank. Whoa! Whoa! the Holy Land. I'm not really the churchy kind. I'm more the type to go on the laptop and watch milks get plugged from behind. But I went there for a nosy round in the shirt stuck down a hole. I found what looked like a load of old writing on this ancient papyrus scroll. It was an undiscovered gospel, the gospel of St. Jeff. He had laid there for 1,000 years and hit me like, oh, Jesus is dead. Turned out he didn't die on the cross, no, he wasn't crucified. They just made that up to save his blushes, cause of how he really died. His 12 mates came back home to find him hanging there in the Holy Land, with a crescent of marquee magazines and his torture in his hand. You see, Jesus died of a strangle wang, strangle wang, strangle wang. Jesus died of a strangle wang, and so did Michael Hutchins. Jesus died of a strangle wang, a strangle wang, a strangle wang. Jesus died of a strangle wang, and so did Michael Hutchins, and so did David Carradine, and so did Ian McCaskill. Thanks very much. Now I have to say, there's a bloke in here tonight who's making me really fucking angry. No, it's not the bloke dressed as Boris, it's Dave Savage. Oh, Dave, don't go, I was only mucking around. It's the bloke dressed, the bloke's coming here, he's got the fucking cheek. Come up here, you cunt. This is going to end up with you getting kicked to death, you know that? Do you know what the difference between this cunt and the real cunt is? This one knows he's still a cunt.
I'm still gonna fuck him up though. Fucking hell.
Yeah, someone fucking jib him up on the way home.
Let's fuck him up.
Go on, fuck off now, Boris, you cunt. So last Christmas... No, go on, fuck off. So this... I don't fundamentally... If it's really going to make you happy, if you come and have a little dance up here or I'll play it, I don't fundamentally
Go on,
mind.
go there, you fucking cunt.
All right.
Woo.
It's back at the Christmas... It's ruining the atmosphere. Someone's going to get lynched, I know. And when someone gets lynched, it's always me. It's always me. He'll just rile them up and then fucking do a Swifty one, won't he? And I'll end up getting lynched. So this song surprised me as much as it probably did some of you. And it got to number 5 in the Christmas charts last year. Thanks to a lot of your hard work, a lot of people were 12 quid down and bought several copies 3 times. And this one's called Boris Johnson is a fucking cunt. Boris! 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 Boris Johnson is a fucking cunt. He's a fucking cunt. He's a fucking cunt. Boris Johnson is a fucking cunt. He's a fucking cunt. Yes, he's a fucking cunt. Boris Johnson is a fucking cunt. He's a fucking cunt. He's a fucking cunt. Boris Johnson is a fucking cunt. He's a fucking cunt. Yes, he's a fucking cunt. Boris Johnson is a fucking cunt. He's a fucking cunt. He's a fucking cunt. Boris Johnson is a fucking cunt. He's a fucking cunt. Yes, he's a fucking cunt. Boris Johnson is a fucking cunt. He's a fucking cunt. You're a fucking cunt. Boris Johnson is a fucking cunt. He's a fucking cunt. Yes, he's a fucking cunt. No one take a photo of me shaking hands with him and put it on the internet. My credit will be fucking ruined.
What fucking credit?
I think you're more likely to get lynched than him.
Fuck
I'm just saying. I've seen lynchings before. I've only got to say the word. So... Right, we'll all lynch him, but then when he says the safe word, we'll stop. The safe words carry on.
Michael Hutchins.
So, this one,
Michael Hutchins.
that's fucking carnage, isn't it? So listen, this was the last song we was going to do tonight, but But given that it's in the round and we ain't really got anywhere to go, we'll just do this and then we'll do our encore whether you like it or not. Luckily, hopefully you will. So this was the one we've been finishing on this tour, and I have to say this, the reason we finish on this one is because it's a bit of old-fashioned nostalgia, and obviously we've had some shit fucking times in the last 18 months, 2 years, and this is a song about harking back to when things were a little bit better. You could understand things a little bit more. The world was a bit more easy to comprehend, and this is called Nobody Spunks Up a Cunt Anymore. To stop change, but there's one aspect of modern life that I find so strange. Nobody spunks up a cunt anymore. Nobody spunks up a cunt anymore. It's like the world has forgotten what a fanny is for. Cause nobody spunks up a cunt anymore. On the internet, cocks are spaffing everywhere, on ladies' faces and all in their hair, on their knockers, their bumholes and all up their back. Anywhere but a beaver blokes are blowing their stack, because nobody spunks up a cunt anymore. Nobody spunks up a cunt anymore. They'd all rather dump their load round the back door. Cause nobody spunks up a cunt anymore. In case you ain't worked out yet, this is the bit where we break it down. I do a little bit of freestyling over it. Sometimes it works, other times it's rubbish. You don't know until it ends. It's a bit of a deal breaker for the gigs. Sometimes people go home saying, that was really good. And other times they say, fuck me, that was a waste of 12 quid. It's hanging in the balance. I wanna thank Satan's Hollow for putting us on. Phil and Simon, a pair of cunts. I can't help feeling that face of Satan is something I'm gonna be staring into one day while he rams a hot poker down my jab side. Also, I wanna thank this bunch of cunts. On drums, we have fucksticks. On bass, Rubber Johnny. Tonight he went on twice as long as last night. I hope that's not a theme. And also on guitar we have the only bloke who'd do it. Trust me, I tried lots of others. It's Carso. And I just wanted to thank all of you tonight. I know it's a bit soppy, but we've had some fucking rubbish times. And all those Corona clubs where people came onto the internet got us through it a little bit. Thanks for coming out representing tonight. And anyone else that Corona clubbed over the pandemic, thanks very much. And thanks for sticking with us for the 5 years I was away. I know I said 5 years ago I wouldn't come back, but now I run out of money, and here I am. nobody spunks like what they used to do. Except for Barry Gwilliam on honeymoon, nobody spunks like what they used to do. Like your mum and dad did, nobody spunks like what they used to do. Back in wartime, nobody spunks like what they used to do. Down the old bomb cellar, nobody spunks like what they used to do. Up the old bomb doors, and nobody spunks like what they used to do. In the good old days, and nobody spunks up a cunt. Nobody spunks up a cunt. Clearly vaginas are a bit of a bore, 'cause nobody spunks up a cunt anymore. Society is on a mission to make obsolete this age-old tradition, but I guess one blessing that can't be denied. At least teenage pregnancies on the slide, 'cause nobody spunks up a cunt anymore. Nobody spunks up a cunt anymore. They spray faces and titties and arseholes galore. But nobody spunks up a cunt anymore. How come nobody spunks up a cunt anymore? Thanks very much, everyone. Now, normally at this point, we'd go off stage, and we'd stand behind a curtain or in a dressing room for not 5 minutes, because everyone would fuck off. It's normally like 2 to 3 minutes, and we'd just stand there and go, do you think they're going to stop cheering in a minute? Should we go back on before they fuck off? Just giving you a little glimpse inside the wizard's sleep. But tonight we'll just crack on and do the encore, whether you fucking like it or not. Now, otherwise we'd just be standing in that little cage over there, just be a bit embarrassing, wouldn't it? You'll get that, don't you fucking worry. Now, do you want me to go over there? So I'll just go and stand over there and come back. So, right. Now, if I could just have your attention a minute, I've got something very important to say. Now, obviously, none of us are getting any younger, and, you know, I know I've been pretending to be in my mid to early 30s for the last 15 years, but I've got to be honest with you, I'm now in my mid to late 30s, and alright, fuck off, and in my lifetime I've only had one chance to get Christmas #1, and it wasn't something I realised I wanted until you get that fucking close, and you know, like, do you know what? #5, it's alright, but the week after, they just all fucking papered over the cracks. The BBC never reported it at all. And the reason we done the song last year weren't for any... We didn't do it to get a Christmas #1, but we just had that song on the album, and it came out, and because Boris Johnson was a fucking cunt, the song caught on and just snowballed and fucking, like, far exceeded what it was just a song on the album. And so, this year, with a bit more thought, I went away and thought about it, and fundamentally, he's not any less of a cunt than last year. And I think a lot of us will agree in many ways, he's even more of a cunt. So, because of that, what the fucking hell are you doing? Right, I'm going to say the word.
I have no idea what he said.
Dave, fuck off, Dave. What are you doing? Fuck off.
Maybe I'll have a chat with you after we've done the gig, Dave. I don't know.
I'm going to say the word in a minute, Dave. Next time, I've only got to say that word. No one says rape anymore, mate, because it's not okay. Sorry.
Angry cuddle.
Unless it's you. Rape! So, what I was trying to say was Boris ain't any less of a cunt this year, so we have decided to go again. And early sign show, we stand more of a chance than last year. There's a better fucking buzz about it. We've got the video. And The long and the short of it is, it's between us and that fucking sausage roll cunt. And Ed and Hilton. Like, for fuck's sake, have you seen them? I'm in. No, I'm fucking not. So, this is the choice you've all got. It's them. Or something that actually fucking says what we've been going through in the last couple of years. Because it's been fucking rubbish. I don't want to pretend everything's all right. It's fucking rubbish. And someone's got to hold that fucking dishevelled cunt to account for the corruption, the fucking lies, the cheating, the cronyism. And at the moment, he's toppling. He is fucking toppling, and he just needs someone to give him a fucking push. So what I'd say to you tonight is, I gave you a passive-aggressive Christmas card when you came in. Please keep it in your pocket and have a little look tomorrow when you've sobered up. On the 17th of December, there's going to be 10 versions of this song. And they're going to be available for 59p each. So for £5.90, you can do 10 chart sales and stream the fuck out of it, because we can make a difference. The people that just don't want to put up with his fucking lies and shit and just see his fucking face anymore. And he can just crawl back whatever fucking posh rock he came out of and just carry on spunking up ladies' chuffs until he's got double figures worth of kids, the fucking cunt. Fuck off, Dave, fuck off. What part of fuck off, Dave? Fuck off, Dave, fuck off. No, you've misjudged the situation. Look, she's really embarrassed about your behaviour. Oh, who? Boris Johnson, of course. So this song, fuck's sake, honestly, like, he really thinks he's helping out. He thinks he's being really helpful, but it's just not helpful. It's really unhelpful, and Missy's really cheesed off with him now. She's going to give him a right old earful when they get back to the Travelodge. He's not getting any tonight. It's just going to be sleeping in the bath, having a lonely little wank, isn't he? That's what we can all console ourselves with. I mean, hopefully he'll get bummed into a canal, but like what CJ from Eggheads did in Amsterdam. So, fuck's sake, honestly. So this is called Boris Johnson is If anyone's filmed this, don't put it on the internet. It's painful, isn't it? It's fucking painful. And do you know why it's painful, Dave? It's painful because of you. This is called Boris. It was meant to be triumphant and celebratory, but you've ruined it, Dave. Do you know what? At further gigs, you are persona non grata. Fuck's sake, and this is called, sorry everyone, that's so fucking long, isn't it? Boris Johnson is still... Half-hearted cheers of relief. Please sing along, this is called Boris Johnson is still a fucking cunt. Boris Johnson still a fucking cunt. Boris Johnson still a fucking cunt. Boris Johnson still a fucking cunt. He's still a cunt. Still a cunt. A fucking cunt. A fucking cunt. Boris Johnson still a fucking cunt. Boris Johnson still a fucking cunt. Boris Johnson still a fucking cunt. He's still a cunt. Still a cunt. A fucking cunt. A fucking cunt. He's still a cunt. Still a cunt. Still a cunt. Still a cunt. He's still a cunt. Still a cunt. Still a cunt. Boris Johnson still a fucking cunt. Boris Johnson still a fucking cunt. Boris Johnson still a fucking cunt. He's still a cunt. Still a cunt. A fucking cunt. A fucking cunt. Now this is the bit where I'm going to ask you to all sing along. You should have learnt the words by now. They're not that difficult. There's 6 of them. Boris Johnson still a fucking cunt. Boris Johnson still a fucking cunt. Boris Johnson still a cunt. Still a cunt. A fucking cunt. A fucking cunt. Boris Johnson still a fucking cunt. Boris Johnson still a fucking cunt. Boris Johnson still a fucking cunt. Still a cunt. Still a cunt. A fucking cunt. A fucking cunt. Boris Johnson still a fucking cunt. Boris Johnson still a fucking cunt. Boris Johnson still a fucking cunt. He's still a cunt. Still a cunt. A fucking cunt. A fucking cunt. He's still a 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 cunt. Wank you very much. Now, sadly, we were going to do Paperboy, but all that stuff with Dave, we just haven't got time to do it now. No, I'm only fucking you. I mean, what more positive way to end a gig than a song about... I have to say, there was a lot of things got me through lockdown. There was Marcus Rashford and all his good work to get the government held to account for the free school meals. And not Manchester United fan, but, you know, a lot of you are, so well done, Marcus Rashford. There was Joe Wicks and his PE. That got us through. There was the brave story of Major Tom, who walked round his garden and raised millions of quids, and then his family all took him on holiday to Barbados, which he didn't really want to go to, and he got COVID and died. That was heartwarming up until his family tried to cash in on it and fucking killed him. But they all got me through lockdown. But the one person who more than, you know, and I don't want to denigrate the Corona Club and all the support that people gave me right the way through. So fucking what, and Lee and you ladies there. But not Dave anymore. He's really in my fucking bad books. I didn't realise he was such a liability. But the one person who got me through more than any other, and it was just a joy while we were all locked down and couldn't leave the house, just to kind of look through my nets and see my favourite key worker just popping my copy of the Daily Mirror through the door. And I'd like to dedicate this song to my Paperboy. He didn't make it through lockdown. He sadly didn't make it. His little body, it wasn't COVID, his little body just couldn't cope with all the rapes. And this is called Paperboy. Story about my Paperboy, for the Paperboy, for the Paperboy. Go! It's not a very happy one, won't bring you joy, but bring you joy, but bring you joy. Go! My Paperboy looks just like this girl who I used to fancy at school. I never plucked up the courage to ask her out, cause she was always a bit too cool. But now I'm older and more confident, I'm going to turn back the clock. But I'm tricking my Paperboy into my shed and introducing him to some soft pornography. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Paperboy, Paperboy, I never thought that I would rape a boy, till he came along now singing this song about raping a Paperboy. Paperboy, Paperboy, I never thought that I would rape a boy, till he came along now singing this song about raping a Paperboy. He delivers the local news on a Thursday afternoon. I hear him whistling down the path, but he won't be so cheerful soon. His family will be on the TV news putting out a tearful plea. But he isn't dead, he's trapped in my shed, crying and waiting for me. Dressed in a girls' school uniform. 1, 2, you gotta sing along now. Paperboy, Paperboy, I never thought that I would rape a boy, till he came along now singing this song about raping a Paperboy. Everybody now. Paperboy, Paperboy, I never thought that I would rape a boy, came along now singing this song about raping a Paperboy. Castle! Of course I haven't raped my Paperboy, that's as twisted as you could get. I've restricted myself to having a wank, watching him from behind my net. I know some blokes will hear this song and try and give me a fight, just because. But last week he turned 16, so legally that's alright. 1, 2, at least I'm not a pedo. Paperboy, Paperboy, I never thought that I would rape a boy, till he came along now singing this song about raping a Paperboy. One last time now. Paperboy, Paperboy, of course I've never really raped a boy. I know that it's wrong, I'm just singing a song about rape. get raped in a Paperboy. Thanks very much. Thanks for coming out. We'll be over there if anyone wants a t-shirt or a photo. We'll be over there, right? Nice one.